why I got a different background, not St. Pete Beach. Anyway, I'm here with my friend Jeff Monin and also with Liz. And Liz, your last name?
It's Portuguese. It's Cabral.
Cabral, Liz Cabral. I was worried about pronouncing that right. But
Uh,
anyway, we're going to get started here in a little bit, and I'm going to turn it over to Jeff.
Hey, Liz, I'm awful glad that you were able to join us tonight. I hope you're
oh,
staying warm up there in Canada.
totally.
So tell us a little bit about you for all our viewers and members, if you would, please.
Sure. I'm a retired police officer. Uh, I live in Canada. It's cold here in the winter, but we can still detect in the winter, and a lot of us do. I have been detecting not seriously, but just after 2006. I created a YouTube channel in 2016, and since then, I've been taking it pretty seriously.
What kind of a police officer were you?
I was a city police officer.
So you was arresting bozos then, wasn't you?
Oh, all over the place.
Oh, I just bet. I just bet. So how long you been retired from the police force?
Not good.
Oh, that's good. Is that
Some
YouTube? Or-
years. Some years. I've had to find something to do with my spare time, so that's why I took up metal detecting.
Okay, so you're just retired and ready to detect all the time.
Absolutely. I try to detect as much as I can in my spare time.
Well, that's good. We all do. We don't always have a lot of spare time, though. I will tell you that, but not enough spare time.
Exactly.
So let's just kind of run down. What kind of equipment do you use? What do you own? What'd you start with?
Oh my. I started with a probably what a lot of people start out with, a bounty hunter. And I think it was a now this was going back many years when I didn't know anything about metal detecting. I had a bounty hunter, and I think it was a fast tracker. It had two knobs on it, and that's all it had. And I used that kind of on and off for a little bit of time. I did not have any success whatsoever. I was just finding rusty nails and that sort of thing. So I kind of forgot about metal detecting for a while, and then I saw some videos on YouTube. I don't even know how I came across them, and I actually saw nugget noggin detecting, and I thought, yeah, that kind of looks pretty good again. So I purchased an Ace 250, a used Ace 250, and I know it was that. Now I've been through a lot of detectors, and I'm not just because I get rid of a detector and replace it with another one doesn't mean that the detector might not be right for some people out there. It just wasn't right for me. Um, so, anyways, I got rid of the Ace and I purchased a Garrett AT Pro, and I had that for quite some time. Had a lot of success with that, but um, I'm not very big to begin with, and I just found that it was kind of bottom heavy for me, and that after I had been detecting for a couple hours, I would have to switch arms, because my right arm would be really really tired. So I'd switch arms, and then my swing would get really really bad because I'm not left-handed. So, anyways, long story short, I went through quite a few detectors since then, and then 2 years ago, I purchased the Equinox 600. Very very happy with that one, and then I repurchased my AT Pro. So I do have an AT Pro. Kind of have that if somebody wants to join me detecting and they don't have a detector, they can use that one. And
Mm-hmm.
just recently, I purchased an XPORX, and that is now my main detector with my 600 Equinox 600 as the backup, and then I have the AT Pro as well. So that's pretty much it.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah, three detectors. That's how many you're supposed to have. You have to have at least three detectors. That's kind of
Perfect.
the rule.
All right, so
But
I'm good then. All
you're
right.
good. I will say this: the AT Pro was a boom for the metal detecting business. You know, when KG and Ringy were out on the TV show, we just sold so many of those. And the only thing I didn't like about it was the ergonomics. I felt like it wasn't. It was top heavy. It's pulling at your wrist, and of course Anderson, Jeff, you already know that Anderson makes a shaft for that and makes it a little bit more ergonomic. So you don't have to switch arms on you, and it feels a little better detecting wise. But then MindLab came out with the Equinox, and that one has been a real hit. And
Yeah.
now you're on to the ORX then, huh?
Oh my goodness. I have had such amazing success with that detector. And a big thing for me is it seems like it doesn't weigh anything. I could swing that thing all day long. And if you're out there more than or for quite a few hours or on end, you're gonna find the stuff if you're really out there, and that's what I've been doing lately. So I absolutely love it.
Yeah, so you use your ORX as your primary detector and your MindLab as your backup.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And you think it's a lot lighter than the MindLab?
Oh my goodness, like night and day. Like
What
night and
coil?
day.
Yeah, what coil are you using on it?
I got the high frequency, the round one. I think that's nine. Is that the 9 inch?
9 inch high frequency? Yeah, I
Yeah, the
think
round
so.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it weighs
Oh,
nothing.
yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, the detector is like the size of a business card, the brains of it anyway. So yeah,
Exactly. Yes.
I imagine it does weigh nothing. And the only bad thing is it's not really waterproof, though, is it?
Not really. No. I actually the other day it started raining and I'm like, oh my goodness, I better get this thing inside.
Yeah. So on rainy
But
days, use your Equinox. There you go.
exactly.
All righty. So you've been detecting, you said since 2006, then,
About
right?
that, yeah. About that.
Okay. So why don't you tell us your favorite find?
My favorite find was actually found last March. Um, we do Canadians do detect in the winter, so I was detecting last March, and I mean, if you were to drive by this place or walk by this place, you really wouldn't think there'd be any history there. But I kind of had an inkling. So, anyways, I was detecting there, and this was with my Equinox 600 because I didn't have my ORX at the time. But I just had this signal, and it just sounded so good. So I started digging, and I got to about the 1 foot mark, and I'm like, oh, is this? Do I give up on this, or do I keep going? But it just sounded so good. So I kept going about another 6 inches. Like this is it's very swampy land. So everything is deep to begin with. So I was about a foot and a half and I pulled out this, at first I thought it looked like a bat wing. Um, like Batman, the bat thing that he has on his belt. It kind of looked like that. But after cleaning it up a little bit, I noticed that there was an elephant on it, and elephants don't belong on anything in Canada. So I knew that this had to be a really, really good find. So, anyways, when I got home and I researched it, it turns out that it was a British Cavalry Army Division badge from early 1800s, like 1803. And this I like the history part. So I started doing the research and I found out that this British cavalry actually fought in India in 1803, and then after that battle, which they won, they came to Canada to fight in the war of 1812. So, anyways, they were disbanded around 1815. So this is very old as far as a find in Canada. Um, Turns out some guy offered me $500 for this badge, but I said no. I think I'm going to keep it. Um, but that is my oldest, most significant find, an actual badge from a division that actually fought in the War of 1812. That was just, it was a phenomenal find, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, that's cool, and especially they had the elephant on it, and you were able to track it to
Oh my goodness.
India.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I said, elephants don't belong on anything in Canada, so I knew it had to be an amazing thing.
yeah. Maybe you'd have a maple leaf or a beaver or
So
something.
if it was a
Or
beaver, I would have been like, okay, but no.
yeah, yeah. It's interesting. Um, Jeff, did you have something you wanted to ask? Did I lose you?
Yeah, we everybody's kind of interested to know, kind of the theme of our show tonight is a woman's point of view on metal detecting. If you can touch on it, Liz, some of the obstacles and this type of thing that you've had to put up with, being a woman in the treasure hunting community and doing YouTube and all this type of stuff. People would like to know that, especially our female viewers, which we have a number of.
And before you get started on that, Liz,
Yes.
why don't you go ahead and tell everybody your YouTube channel? Yeah.
My YouTube channel is called Digging Canuck. Um, and I post a new video every Tuesday. I have a live stream every Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m. We kind of talk about really anything. There's usually some giveaways to that. And then normally I have a live stream as well on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, and it's called Coffee with Liz. I was on a bit of a hiatus for the summer, but Coffee with Liz returns actually this coming Sunday. And probably when the bank starts allowing us to have coins again in quantity, I'll be doing my live coin roll hunting on Wednesday afternoons.
Oh, cool. So let's send you back to Jeff's questions.
uh, I just noticed that someone said, do I ever get harassed while hunting? Um, Not really. And just remember that I myself, I was a police officer, so I'm pretty sure I can handle myself, whether it's talking my way out of something or using my shovel or whatever. But for a lot of the ladies out there, um, they do get intimidated sometimes just by if you're digging in, and it's happened to me a few times. I'm digging in a park. I usually dig by myself, digging in a park, and then you're approached by people and like you're trying to retrieve something. So you're kind of in a vulnerable position, and they're standing over you, and you really don't know what their intentions are, although most people are just curious, but you just never know what someone is thinking or what their intentions are. Like, are you going to get clobbered over the head and they're going to take your metal detector kind of thing? Um, that sort of thing. And I've had some ladies as well send me emails and saying that, that's happened to them. They have felt very intimidated at times. I just want to say, as far as being a lady or who metal detects, I watch a lot of YouTube videos and I leave a lot of comments on people's videos. And it's funny because I'll leave someone a video and then or a comment on their video, and then I'll have a remark or they'll reply, "Hey dude," or "Hey man," that kind of thing. People just assume um, that you're a man because you metal detect. And not a lot of there really aren't a lot of ladies that metal detect out there. It is a male dominated hobby, although we are getting out there, and there's a lot of ladies who are actually getting out there and metal detecting because they have seen like Gypsy, She Detector, and Dawn as well from England. They're doing a great service for the ladies out there because women are buying detectors, they're going digging, they're attending functions, and they're having fun. So that's the main thing.
Absolutely, and we are getting more women in our local club also. Are you in a club in Canada?
I am in a club. A couple years ago, I actually joined the club, and I was the only lady there who detects. Now, a lot of the men bring their wives to the meeting, but I was the only lady that detected there. And talk about when you walk into a room, everybody turning around to see you come in. I think a lot more ladies have to or should actually join their local clubs Because, like I said, there's a lot of men out there, and they don't bite. And I think the ladies need to get out, and join some clubs.
Absolutely. Um, I have a load of questions here, and the first one is, do you sell any of your finds?
No, I do not. I would imagine though, if circumstances were that we were starving or something like that, and I needed to sell something to buy a loaf of bread. Um, but thank goodness, no, I really don't. I really like. I didn't sell that 1812 badge. I thought I just better hold on to it.
Yeah, I think it's cool when you find a piece of history.
Yeah.
I would have a hard time selling that.
I mean, I don't have a problem with people selling their items, because there's a lot of collectors out there, and who would actually like those items for their personal collections. But I myself, I've not had to sell anything.
Nice. Hey, Roy Cobb has asked, how are the fines handled in Canada? Do they do it similar to the treasure trove laws like they have over in the UK, or
Oh
is it?
no, no, we don't.
Yeah.
No, we don't have to report our fines to an agency or anything like that. Um, I would think though that if somebody, like, I do know someone that dug a 1600s French trade axe, um, which is pretty historical for Canada. And they actually contacted the local museum and said, would you like this? I'd like to donate it. And the museum said that they already had a few, so they really weren't interested. So the axe is in my friend's collection.
Oh, that's cool. Absolutely. I had some questions on your detecting there in Canada because I run into this down here in Florida because we get a lot of Canadian visitors. Some of your coins are made with stainless steel.
Yes.
So are you digging the iron signals?
I gotta say, with the Equinox, and this was my beef from the very beginning, I wasn't getting any clad. The Equinox does not like Canadian clad. Now, some people will say otherwise because they tinker with their settings. I'm not a big setting, like changing the settings up and do all this. I'm really not that hardcore. So when I got my Equinox 600, my clad count went like next to nothing. I mean, I got a ton of pennies. The Equinox 600 absolutely loves Canadian pennies, absolutely loves them. But I got to say that since I got the ORX, my goodness, I'm like finding like $6-7 a day, and I think it's fantastic.
And are they stainless? Stainless coins?
Not stainless. We don't have those would be very expensive to make, but they do have a steel core.
Steel, that's what it is, the steel core. So your ORX picks up the steel core.
Loves
coin.
them, absolutely loves them.
Yeah, because over the past week I dug because there was so few finds, I was at the beach with Jeff and I had dug a Canadian dime that has a steel core, but it came up, I was hunting an all metal and it came up as a negative number. And I just dug it anyway because it was shallow and I just was bored. I had to dig something. So, and it was a Canadian dime. So that's why, I'm asking about those coins. So the ORX hits on those in a
totally hits them. Yes. The ORX hits them and it lets you know that it's a good signal. It starts singing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I do like clad. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had a lot of success with rings and that kind of stuff. But I absolutely get excited when I dig a $2 Canadian coin or a $1 Canadian coin. Those things add up super fast.
Yeah, I wish we had $2 coins. I really do. Don't you, Jeff?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I could use the money.
Exactly.
Buy more stuff.
Absolutely. I want some $1 and $2 coins. They should get rid of the paper bills and start using those.
I agree. And Canada's thinking of $5 coins. Can you imagine?
Oh, my goodness. Nice.
My goodness.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. So, Jeff, did you have something you want to add, buddy?
Just when you, being as you're a retired police officer, when you're out detecting by yourself, you're packing heat, aren't you?
Well, if by heat you mean my shovel and some quote dog spray, which is kind of like less lethal bear spray, we cannot carry guns. A civilian cannot carry a gun in Canada.
Oh, well, I thought being a retired police you might get to. I know they do here.
No, sir. No,
Um,
sir.
yeah, my son is a deputy sheriff, and he's required to carry his gun when he's off duty and everything. So,
Mhm.
um, you know, I just thought that might be the case up there.
No, sir.
Um,
No, sir.
now, how
I
do
have
you?
I have a shovel. I have a shovel
Is
and
it
I
a
can carry
beach in
some spray.
Canada?
I'm good.
It was like
Uh,
all to work together.
and do you get to dig in the frost belt there when it gets frozen?
Yeah, actually, the woods is a great place to dig here because the layer of leaves. Um, I dug all last winter. I did not stop because of the frost. What's like the parks are frozen for sure, but if you
Uh-huh.
get out into the woods, you can detect all year long.
Yeah, because I guess the layer of leaves insulates that thatch,
Yes,
insulates the ground so it doesn't freeze below it.
exact. Like this, it may be covered in snow, and I posted some videos from detecting last winter where I actually had to kick off the snow to get to my target. Um, but as long as you don't mind a little bit of cold, it's fair game.
Cool. Well, I had another question here. Dennis Dove's asking, do you detect on, it looks like Colony Beach? Do you do any beach hunting?
Oh, I wish I did more. I wish I did more beach hunting, but I don't. It's a bit of a drive for me here to actually get to a beach. But I'm a park detector as well as schools, ball fields, and that sort of thing. That's where I go.
Yeah. So where are you located in Canada?
I am 1 hour west of Buffalo in southern Ontario.
Oh, okay. Southern
Yeah.
Ontario. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
All right. Didn't mean to cut you off, Jeff. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Um, how bad's the COVID affected you up there, Liz?
We were in lockdown in March for a couple months. The parks and all that were off limits. You weren't allowed to go into a park or into the conservation areas whatsoever. Then they started opening things up very slowly. We were totally wide open up until a few weeks ago, and then our numbers from my province I have been like really, really going up. So they're starting to clamp down on numbers again, but I don't know. I really don't know. Doesn't it should not affect those of us that actually go detect by ourselves because we're not really dealing with people. I just hope that the parks don't get locked out like they were earlier in the year because that would not be a good thing.
Now, when you're talking parks, are you talking basically just public city parks, or are you talking about the? I guess you wouldn't have. Well, you'd have national parks up there, wouldn't you, or province parks where we would have
Yeah.
state parks?
Yes, we do have provincial parks, but really, really far from where I am. But predominantly, it's city parks are all going to a neighboring city and that sort of thing, and just do their parks and do their schools. Like I said, baseball diamonds lately for me have been like hello, really, really good. So yeah,
Cool.
Baseball diamonds are cool. That's where I found my first gold ring.
yes, sir. That's where I
Probably,
found mine too.
yeah, it was in the outfield.
Yeah.
And somebody was playing, right center field. Somebody was playing ball, took their glove off to go into bat.
Oh yeah.
It's in the grass. So,
Seriously, very underrated is, I mean, I don't dig in the infield. I don't want to mess that up, but oh my goodness, sports fields. Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Well, we got a question here from somebody you may know, Liz. You know a young lady by the name of Rachel Elmore?
I think I do know Rachel.
You might. You might. Oh my God. Oh my God. She wants to know who's the top 5 people you'd want to detect with.
Oh my goodness, the top 5 I want to detect with. Oh
I
my
wouldn't
goodness.
say it was her just because she asked the question.
For sure, I'd love to dig with Digger Dawn. I'd love to dig with her because I think that she's just so, oh, her her happiness is just so infectious. I would really love to dig with her. Um, on this side of the pond, I would love to dig with Jocelyn, relic recoverist. I would absolutely love to dig with her. I would love to dig with Gypsy. I thought for sure I was going to dig with Gypsy at Pound the Ground last year, but she wasn't feeling very good, and it just we just didn't detect together. So that's I think that's three. Oh my gosh. Of course, Aqua Jigger. Who wouldn't want to dig with him? That's four. Um, my goodness. I don't know. I gotta say Nugget Noggin. Gotta say he was my first detecting, I guess, superstar. So there you go. Five people. There's lots more. There's lots more. You cannot just
Awesome.
pick five. There's lots more.
That's
Hey,
close enough.
Liz, I got another question for you. My friend Rick Tumbleton wants to know if you metal detect any ski slopes.
No, it's that's funny that it's funny. I just saw a Canadian detecting uh, the area of a ski slope where people actually come off of the ski lift, or I guess jump off. I'm not a skier myself,
Or
so
fall off in my case.
and he had amazing success. So it's definitely something that I mean, there's no ski slope where I am. I'd have to really drive a few hours to get to one, but great idea if you're near one. Absolutely great idea.
Yeah, I've had customers here who were in the service and they were stationed. Well, they lived in Colorado, but they got stationed at McDill here in Tampa, and they swore by hunting the ski slopes. And now they when they came here, they learned how to do the beaches, but they couldn't wait to go back home to the Colorado ski
Oh, for
slopes. So
sure, for sure.
they said they found a lot of stuff, every year when the
Oh,
snow was gone,
I
they went and
totally
did it.
believe. Yeah.
So, so yeah, that would be a good place to hunt. Absolutely.
Have you ever hunted any of the beaches of the Great Lakes?
Oh, yes, I have freshwater beaches. I've also detected on the east coast of Canada in the Prince Edward Island beaches, saltwater beach. I just want to say that the Mine Lab Equinox, amazing detector in the salt. Absolutely an amazing detector. I have actually, believe it or not, detected the beaches in oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Great Lakes.
I've just had a in Florida. We have been to Destin quite a few times, and
Uh-huh.
I have detected the Destin beach as well as in along the Florida Keys, but I haven't really found anything amazing in the Keys or in Florida that I'd like run home and make a video about. But I'd like to.
Well, you need to come on down and just let me know when you're coming, and we'll go over to Destin.
Sounds
Bring a waterproof detector. Your 600's waterproof, so
yes,
that's where
it
you
is.
find the good stuff's in the water.
I would totally like that.
So as soon as they lift this stuff up, you need to make some road trips, girl.
I will. So, well, hopefully the border will open up
Okay.
next year, and I'll be able to do that.
I hope so.
Yeah.
'Cause we're
Have you have you detected any of the Great Lakes beaches?
Yes, there's actually I guess a kind of man-made beach near me, but spare change. Haven't really. I know there's a lot of Canadian detectors that are like really successful with their gold rings and stuff, but I've really not had anything at a beach that you know that I do a little dance for.
Okay. How about anything? Had another question. Anything around the Niagara Falls?
Niagara Falls, no, but Niagara region itself is covered in history. I actually found an 1837 American large scent in a farmer's field in Niagara many years ago when I was just starting out. But Niagara has a lot of history, a lot of history.
Cool. And then I had another question here from Joe Busy. He wants to know if you've ever done any gold nugget hunting and found any gold nuggets.
No, and the northern Ontario is probably loaded with gold, but no, I have not done no panning or anything like that. I would actually love to pan up in the Yukon. It's on my bucket list.
Cool.
Yeah.
I tried it in Arizona and it didn't go well for me.
Now you
It
got
seems like
you
a lot
got
of
what you
work.
call. He didn't get sticker shock, Liz. He got sticker butt.
But the jumping cactus.
Oh boy.
But anyway, let's
Some of your earlier questions.
let's go down my list again. The
Okay,
question
while you're
by-
doing that, Phil, not to interrupt you, while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get Gregg on the from Florida Hunt 7. I'll get him coming in, and then we'll all have a chat.
Okay, and I'm going to ask Liz here to give Crystal Ginzer is asking the best advice for someone, and Crystal is a lady, so for someone new to the hobby.
Oh, the
Give her
best
some
advice. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. I would say don't go crazy and buy a super expensive, like don't go out of your way and spend money that you don't really have to get a detector that you may or may not enjoy detecting with. There's lots of good beginner detectors that are not very expensive. So I would say to start with one of those. Definitely, if you can, watch as many videos on detecting as possible. And I think bottom line is, I think you gotta have fun. Don't take it too seriously. I mean, my goodness, I always try to have fun, and not that I don't get hardcore every now and then, because that I do, but I like to have fun. I like to smile, and I get excited. Like I said, if I dig a $2 coin, I get excited. So it is what it is.
I get excited if I dug a $2 coin too, and I have. I think it's a loony and a toonie, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Yes,
is. They
so-
add up. Let me tell you.
I wish I could spend them somewhere, but no place will take them. But it's still fun finding them.
It is.
And,
It really is.
Yes, absolutely. And I'd say to Crystal, yeah, get a good, I think your Equinox 600 for our area is an excellent detector to start with, because then you don't have to worry if it's pouring down raining or you drop it in the water.
Yeah,
To me, that
exactly.
would be a good detector to start out with. Of course,
Yes.
if it had it my way, I'd sell her a CTX 3030, but it's a little heavy and it's a little overkill for somebody
Oh,
just getting
yeah.
into the hobby. But we got salt water everywhere, so that's why I suggest the Equinox.
Yes.
Because the multi-frequency just runs nice and smooth, and you don't have to deal with a lot of racket. And
I think that's the drawing, right?
yeah, Greg is asking on the page, where'd you send the code there, Jeff?
He's coming up. He's coming up.
Okay. Oh goodness. It looks like you shift us around.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
Yeah, well, I didn't, but I'm going to.
Okay.
Let's see
there
what we
go.
can get here.
We're all shifting around. Oh, you're making me dizzy now.
Yeah, we're all going berserk.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah, I'm just messing.
All right, looks
Hey,
good.
Gregory.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Greg.
Hello.
That looks
There we
nice.
go. Yep, that's good. So, Liz, this is Gregg Papallo. He is in charge. Remember, I asked you to come to the Florida Hunt 7? And he's the one that kind of puts it on. So we asked him to come in tonight because it's coming up in February to let people know about that. So with that being said, let's all just chat for a little bit. Gregg, this is Liz Cabral, the Digging Canuck.
Nice to meet you, Liz. I've been listening in.
Good stuff. Good to meet you, Greg.
Same here. I think I'm subscribed to your channel. I have to double check it.
I hope you are.
Yeah, and everybody who's on Facebook here, just a reminder, join Liz's channel. And
Pull that up right now.
Liz, you can post your channel on our Treasure Talk page if you haven't already done that. Same with,
Okay,
for
thank
you, Greg. Post your channel there too,
Yep, sure
and
will do. Yeah.
yeah, and also put your notices for the Florida Hunt too. Put them on the page because I'm sure a lot of our
Definitely
members
will.
will will be up there. And
Oh, I
let me
wasn't a
just ask a
subscriber. I
question.
am now.
Okay, awesome. And also subscribe to the Treasure Talk YouTube channel too.
I'm
For
on that one.
those,
I know I'm on that one. Yep.
okay, awesome. And real quick, Greg, I had somebody ask on my list of questions here. Is there camper parking available?
Not on property, but there's one about 20 minutes away. I know there's several people that are going to be camping. It's about a 20-minute ride, give or take.
Okay, awesome.
Just be for legal reasons, that having people there on the property overnight. So.
Okay,
So,
absolutely.
Phil, do me a favor.
Yes.
If you got another computer up, there's a young lady just asked to join. Ambient Girl Dig. She wants to join. If you can approve her real quick.
I can do that, of course. I multitask.
Yeah, well,
So
I can't because I'm old.
You see her?
yeah, I got it. I just
You got
approved
it?
her. Yes. So
Okay, she's good to go.
yeah, and I think we have on our Treasure Talk Facebook page, we probably have 580 some people now, right? Members. So
Yeah,
that's a
pretty
cool thing, guys.
close. Pretty close to 600.
Awesome. So Liz, we were talking about Liz, and she's digging in Canada, so that's kind of cool. A little cooler up there, I should say.
Yeah,
It is cool.
compared to here, it
You're probably hot here where you're at too. I was
is.
in the high 80s today and working outside a little
Jerry.
bit.
We've had rain
Um,
like the last 4 days. It's been 70s.
Too busy.
so I'm going to take a break from Liz for a second here. And I've got another question for Greg. Why don't you real quick give us the dates and the location or close to where you're going to be
Yeah.
hunting
No,
at?
no, it's fine. It's common knowledge now on the page. We're going back to Camp Freedom, where we went back last year, and we've got an additional 200 acres um, to the property. So we'll be between 500 and 600 acres now.
Nice.
There's It's a 2-day event versus a 1-day event. Um, the price went up a little bit. People keep on telling me I should have charged more, but I'm not out to. I mean, all my hunts are always are natural. We don't go out there and see anything. So I mean, I could see if I was putting several $1,000s worth of silver in the ground or something, maybe to raise it. But all the money that we raise is going to Camp Freedom for the veterans, their retreat there. Um, and I know I've got several other people that have offered up raffles. I believe Mark Hoover, he always raffles off one of his watches. Last year we raised over $700 in the raffle for his watch, and all that money went to them. We raised almost a little over $6,000 last year.
Nice.
And Home Depot, who I work part time. My wife and I are early childhood educators, and we have our daycare. We're state licensed daycare home. We've been open since COVID. Yeah, and Home Depot, I'm there a lot at night during the week. So that's where I get most of my permissions, and that's how I ended up finding Camp Freedom. But it's $50 for both days. Um, Saturday is the main hunt day, uh, where we're gonna have the raffles and the giveaways after the event. Sunday is gonna be an open hunt where you can go to Camp Freedom. I may have a couple little locations opening up that are large enough for smaller groups to kind of splinter off onto. Um, so that's another option, but that's still all in the works right now because that's a little bit of a drive from the hunt location, but not far. Um, and one place is like 60 acres. We just have to make sure that there's no events going on at that park. So that's something I'm working on with a local mayor. It's a good friend of mine. to try to get us out onto an old property there that we've hunted in the past. And Friday night's a meet and greet for those folks that come in early. For those, my wife and I are having some hiccups with the PayPal, so I'm waiting to hear back from somebody else to help us get that squared away because we've run into a little conundrum. So we had dinner. I had to eat dinner before I got on here. I was hungry, so we're gonna try to work on that, and that should be up in the next, hopefully later tonight. But if not, should be a day or two. And the date of the hunt is February 19th, 20th, and 21st of February, obviously 2021.
Okay,
So
cool,
that's
awesome.
yeah,
All right, well,
the history. Yeah, the history of the area goes back to as far as the 1500s. When I've been sharing a couple things from last year's hunt. Some of the history, little bullet points that we would put up. Uh, Ponce de Leon, I believe it was. I'd have to go back and look, but it was a Spanish. I believe it was Ponce. Let me go look there real quick. But in
yeah, so he,
1530 something, it is okay. He was the Indians were attempting to ambush him in Melrose. Melrose is known for all its Indian mounds, and there was a big battle where thousands of Indians were killed, and several were chased off into the water. So it wouldn't be surprised if you looked around the water's edge. I believe somebody found an arrowhead last year, but no one
yeah.
really. The water's kind of off limits for hunting, but you can't go up to the water.
Yes.
So,
All right, well, cool. All right, well, Liz, I'm going to grab you back in here for some more questions.
Okay. All right.
Now you got your ORX. How long have you had it?
I'm gonna say 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah,
So,
so-
how was your learning curve going from your Equinox to your ORX?
The learning curve on the Equinox, it took me quite some time. Like we're talking maybe, and I know this is probably a little crazy, but it took me about 6 months until I actually felt comfortable. And then when I thought I was comfortable, I really wasn't, because there were updates and people were putting out, videos on different things. And like I said, I don't like to spend a lot of time tweaking my detector, but gotta say with the ORX that first day, I was finding stuff, and I think the second dig, I got a silver ring on my second dig with the ORX. It's just been phenomenal, and I've been watching all of the skill school XP ORX skill school videos that are on YouTube, and they say that you don't really have to tweak it too much to find success or to have success, and it's really, really true. I love it. And like I said, I'm not, people are like, oh, compared to the 600 or this, that, and the other thing. For me right now at this point in time, I absolutely love it. For me, it's the best detector. For me, might not be for you, but for me it is.
Yeah, for someone who's not hunting on saltwater, it's probably a super detector, lightweight, and you're using just the standard programs that are in it.
That's it. I use
With
Point
very little
Fast and
tweaking.
Point. That's it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's great that you could just switch
absolutely
over
love
from one detector.
Oh yeah, but I gotta say
Cool.
that I'm doing a lot of ball fields and that kind of thing, and that after I'm certain that I've kind of cleared them with my ORX, I do go back with my 600 because, well, to me that's gonna find the gold that I missed. I still don't really know everything there is to know about the ORX, and I'm certain that I am missing stuff. So I do go back with the 600.
Well, if I have a productive site, I'll go back with a different detector, a different coil. I'm going over it more than one time. So,
Yeah,
especially
for
if it's
sure.
an old site, it's got some history.
Yeah,
For sure,
exactly.
I'm gonna try a different coil or a different detector or something
Yeah.
different.
Mhm.
Did you have something, Jeff?
No, not really. I'm just kind of listening and learning. Um, as far as the ORX, it's a really good detector. It's not that like Liz says, there's a standard programs in it that you really don't have to tweak that much to have success. A lot of people think Adeus and ORX are real difficult to learn, and it's really not. I mean, you can turn it on and go, but it's so light, especially for old people like me. And Greg, if you know in your research where Ponce de Leon found the fountain of youth, you better turn me on to it, boy. I need to drink some of that.
Then you can use the 30/30 and not have a problem.
Oh, I don't know about that. Well, why don't we go ahead and we'll do the giveaway from Liz. And what we're doing is we're going to do a little bit different from here on out. I've used the random name picker for all the names that you have to put your name in. You all know how you do it. And it's a random name picker. Now, once we call your name, you will have 3 minutes to either Facebook Messenger me or Phil, or text Phil or myself. Now, if you want to text me, it's 850-545-1651. And Phil, what's the number for him to text?
If he wants to text me, it's 813-732-7433. But please don't call me on that number. Just text me or text us or Facebook message us, either Jeff or myself.
Yeah. So once I call the name, you'll have 3 minutes. If they don't reply within 3 minutes, we'll go to the second name, and then you got 2 minutes. So you got to be tuned in to win, so it should be plenty of time. So that being said, are we ready to go?
Go ahead.
Everybody ready? Okay. The winner of all the goodies from Liz sticker pack and the rabbit and the other one and all that kind of good stuff that she's giving away, and it is silver, by the way, is Scott McKimmey. You got 3 minutes. It's 7:46, so you got to 7:49.
All right. You said it was Scott McKinney? Is that what
Scott
you said?
McKimmey.
Okay. All right. And while we're waiting for him, Greg, I have somebody ask this, and I know you're going to post it on our page. How do I go to Florida Hunt 7 webpage for pricing and details?
There's a Facebook page. You can find the group. You just can't see what's on the page, obviously. But
So you just got to join.
Yeah, you just got to request to join. I've been getting a lot of. I had to do some clarification because the last 12 people that have tried to join were all hunters. So I was looking at all the groups. We had no mutual friends. They all were like deer hunters, and I had to go and change the about notice and that it was a metal detecting hunt and not a bull or deer
hunt. Yes.
Yeah. So, but just most of the people in here, I'm pretty sure some of them I'm friends with, and a lot of them are going to have mutual friends. So, I'm approving all the folks that have are metal detected related. And there's no. Last year we had a cap of 200 people, and only about 120 showed up. So this year we didn't put a cap on it. We decided to do the online donation versus having everybody pay at the event. But I did see somebody was asking where it was, and somebody responded it's in Melrose, Florida, which is close to Gainesville, which is an old town dating back to the early 1800s. But it's $50 for the 2 days of hunting and the meet and greet. We usually meet. I'll be posting that place up soon because with COVID, I gotta try to find a place, because last year when we packed out that little restaurant / bar that we were at out in the open field, but with COVID,
you just don't know.
Yeah, so we may. It's gonna be kind of hit or miss. That's why I've been so delayed on posting up the online PayPal stuff because that's new to me. So, but we're working on it, so that should be up hopefully tonight or tomorrow.
Awesome.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Now, have you heard from Scott McKimmey, Phil?
Not me.
Not me. Okay. Roy Goodall, if you're here, you got 2 minutes.
I think I saw his name on here flash by my screen real quick with a comment, but that's awesome. He's got to, Roy, you got to get text us or Facebook message us. You got, what did we say, 3 minutes?
2.
Now, Liz, that brings up an interesting question about deer hunters and hunters. You're hunting in parks. Do any of those allow hunting, that type of hunting in your
Oh,
area?
no. City
Oh.
parks? No,
Oh, okay.
no.
It's city parks. Okay, got it.
Yeah, no.
Okay, yeah, because that would be a
No.
little scary. Have somebody
Yeah.
deer hunting next to you while you're metal detecting.
Not a good thing. There's a few places that I detect that do have outdoor ranges that you gotta, you gotta be careful about. But no, other than that, no.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I have
Okay.
Nothing from Roy.
nothing from Roy, but he's still got, I think, another minute or so. So what
Yeah,
is
you
the
got 1 minute.
what was the prize you're giving away? This?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I am giving away a 1967 silver dime, which is 80% silver. It has a mackerel on it. I'm also giving away that's mint uncirculated. Also giving away the 5-cent piece to that set, which is not silver, but it is mint uncirculated, and it's a nickel with a rabbit on it, which is really, really nice. And I'm throwing in some stickers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sure.
Somebody's going to have a good prize.
I don't see Roy.
I think so. I hope so. I hope these people are here.
Do you see him? Roy?
Yeah. Well, Roy Goodall, his time is up. Okay, Dan Graham, if you're here, you got 2 minutes.
Now, I saw he asked a question, so if he's around,
Come on, Dan. Let's go.
813-732-7433 or Facebook message us. Because I asked one of his questions, so if he hasn't fallen asleep,
I hope not.
yeah, you'll get us there.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
Their phone number again. Your
Oh.
number.
813-732-7433 is my number if you want to text it to me. Or you can just Facebook message me, Dan.
People have put it.
What?
A whole bunch of people put your number in.
Oh, everybody's putting it in. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I gotta get
Well-
used to this. A couple people use this program because you can't see what the names of the people are. It says like YouTube and
YouTube user, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little different, but hey, it works.
yeah. And I had
Anyway,
a nice background for Florida Hunt 7. And I was like, oh, nope, doesn't work.
yeah, I couldn't use it either. Well, folks, I just reminder, if you have any metal detecting related questions or whatnot, you can give me a call at the shop tomorrow. This week I'll be open Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday, I'm not going to be here. And
She says TikTok.
TikTok. Allison Walker says TikTok. How's the time going there?
Yeah, well, it's up. He missed out. So I know this one's here because I just saw her name scroll across. Kimberly Kramer.
Kimberly Kramer.
Well, I just got the message from Dan Graham. Winner, chicken dinner.
Oh, he got it. Okay.
Yep, he got it. So Dan, you need to give me all your information so I can get it to Liz.
Okay. All righty.
Sorry, Kimberly. He carried it right down to the last second.
He did. We were just getting ready to. Next time she'll get a chance to win. So
Yes, she will.
that's Dan calling me, and I said no phone calls.
You
Well,
did.
they don't pay attention. They don't read the manual either.
They don't read the manual
That's
either.
a tip.
That
Well,
disqualified.
that's a good question. Let me ask Liz. Have you read the ORX manual?
Yes, it's like 7 pages.
No, that must be the getting started guide. There must
No,
be a
it's the
manual.
manual that came in the box.
Okay, it's the manual that
Seriously.
came.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
good thing about XP. The manuals come in the box, so you can download it too. But you can also take that paper manual with you.
Yes, and I did read it all. I did. I didn't want to miss out on anything with this detector.
Well, good, because most people don't read their manuals, so and then they call me up and ask me, and I get the Equinox question all the time. They call me up and they ask me, why is this thing not shut up? It keeps making all this racket. And they've got it on the phone with me. And it's always the same thing. Hit the minus button, turn your sensitivity down. That's always it. So I'm glad you read your manual, Liz.
Oh, absolutely. I'd be doing a disservice. I spent enough money on that, so you got to read the manual.
Absolutely. You spend good money on your detector. You want to have good finds and have
Absolutely.
fun doing it.
Yes.
So you
yes,
read your manual.
Steve, say that.
Yes.
So, Gregory, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what was found last year at Florida Hunt 6?
Okay. Yeah, I've been kind of like streaming through the chat there. Last year, some of we've had about 4 or 5 large cents were found. A handful of different silver coins. I know there was a half dime, a couple of standing liberty. There might have been a couple of those quarters, maybe a half. But I know the find of the day was towards the middle of the afternoon. I believe was when the real was found out there on Charlie Field. So I don't think I'm going to alter the map too much. I will be putting a new updated map up soon. I have it. I just had to verify. 200 acres. There's a little bit of wooded area to it, but it also has trails too. I'll be going out there probably in the coming weeks to do another live video from out there. They've been hit pretty hard with all the obviously COVID. A lot of these nonprofits, they've been haven't been able to have any of their events that raise money. So this is probably one of their bigger events that and then we've got several vendors coming on. I know Jeff, you're bringing some stuff from Phil, and you're representing Phil out there at the hunt like you did last year. And again, Phil, thank you for the stuff you had for the giveaways as well.
And no problem.
If Jeff, you want to bring anything to sell or anything, feel free. You want to set up a table? I'm gonna have a section for vendors because it's gonna also, the other side note is it will be open to the public as far as the vendor area. I'm gonna do a thing with a local radio station. Dan out there, Camp Freedom, and I are gonna get on there one of these mornings, and we're gonna talk about Camp Freedom and the event. I'm also gonna try to reach out to a couple of the local college newspaper and the Gainesville Sun, and hope that we can, and then hopefully TV20 or somebody, try to draw some attention so that they'll be open. And if the public wants to, they can. There'll be a few, the same vendors that were there last year will be there this year. I think we might have one other one. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I know a lot of people have been inviting
Well,
some of the other field reps.
But you will have food there on Saturday.
Oh yeah, yep. And we're gonna have the big tent. Yeah, we'll have the barbecue. I'm gonna see if we can get a couple more porta potties, maybe, and get them placed somewhere a little bit downwind from the food.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Awesome.
My table will sit right next to the porta potty. So
Oh, geez. Well, Greg, I want to thank you for coming on. I got to cut you off here because we're getting real close to the end.
No worries.
And Stacy Rasaka says, Liz, thanks for giving away the goodies.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And I want to thank you for doing that. I want to thank you for coming on the show with us and talking about women metal detecting. So,
and if the border opens up, you're more than welcome to come on down.
I've got my fingers crossed for next year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The weather's a little nicer down here, but I want to thank you for being on the show with us.
Thank you very much for having me. I do appreciate that.
Absolutely. And I want to thank Greg for
you.
jumping in with Florida Hunt.
My pleasure. Thank you for the time.
And and I wanted to thank Jocelyn for helping me with some questions here. And thank you, Jeff. And I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, well, just so everybody knows, if you haven't been to the page, now next week's show, ARA Gold Refiners, he got out with me today. He had a family emergency, so he's not going to be with us next week. I am currently working on securing another guest. If not, we're just going to wing it and have a chat. but I'll let you know in plenty of time what's going on. Just keep on the page. And Liz, I just want to say thanks a whole bunch for coming on with us tonight. It means a lot. And I think any lady that is looking to get into metal detecting needs to watch your channel, and they can comment to you, and you'll answer any questions they have. And you're that type of person.
I do. I respond to every comment I receive.
Yes, you do. And Greg, thanks, man, and
Appreciate it.
for putting it on with Florida Hunt 7. I'll be there, and along with my two other brothers from other mothers. The one brother from another mother is right above you on screen. I only got 3 of them, but we'll be there for Florida Hunt 7. Hopefully Liz can join us.
Oh.
And with that being said, it's 8 o'clock. So everybody dig deeper. Thanks for watching.
Dig deeper. We'll see you guys.
Okay.